All right, welcome to a Day at the Park special from Live at Gerks. We are excited to share some stuff about this event that is now going into its fourth year. So I'm pumped to be here with my good friend Nate Jones. Nate is one of the artists this year. He's going to be kicking us off, so it's very exciting to have him on board. We've been talking about having him as a part of this event for at least the last two events. So we're glad that he was able to join us this year, and also glad that you're able to join me now for a conversation.
Happy to do it.
Awesome.
It's going to be a ton of fun. Can't wait.
Very cool. Well, I definitely want to start by thanking anybody that's involved with this thing, specifically the artists and sponsors and the vendors that are going to be a part of this year's event. So right off the bat, I do want to go ahead and talk about the artists that we'll have. Just a brief. Who are they and when do they play? That way everybody knows when you play. We'll have bios and stuff on all these artists coming out all this week. We've actually just started this week already doing that with Nicholas Teal. Who else have we put out? Zuzu Yaya. So just if you have any questions about any of the bands that are going to be on here, definitely go check us out online. Or we have a new website, adayatthepark.org. It's official. I feel so special to say that. Thank you, Michelle Hanks, for putting that together. She's also one of this year's sponsors. She gets a bigger logo because she did a lot of work for us. So thank you so much for all you've done, Michelle. And we'll talk about the other sponsors here in a bit. But like I said, Nate Jones at 3 o'clock is going to kick us off. He's playing from 3 to 3:30. And then after Nate, we've got our good friends, local Lawrenceburg people, Crown and Spurs. We got Raina and Corey and who else is Matt. And I'm still learning names. Got a lot of them going on in here. But we're excited for Crown and Spurs to join us this year. Also at 4:15, back up. 3:35 is Crown and Spurs. I'll go over the times again. At 4:15, we've got John Hager and Reckless Strings. We're excited to have them. They have some connection with the autistic community, and so we're excited to have, actually, several of our artists have connection with the autistic community, which, as we know, A Day at the Park is an event that we've put on to raise awareness for autism in the bluegrass, and I can honestly say going into year 4, we're doing that. And so thank you to these bands. Thank you to everybody. After John Hager at 4:50 is going to be our friend Nick Teal. Can't wait to see this guy on stage. I've seen him in several rooms, but I've never seen him out in the open on a stage like A Day at the Park has to offer. So I'm excited to see Nick on that at 4:50. At 5:40, we got Zuzu Yaya, my buddy Michael Logston. They're bringing a whole crew of people to take over the stage and present us with what they do, and I can't wait. Please go look these bands up, by the way. Again, I'll read through them as I do. If you need to take notes or typey, do that and check these bands out because they have so much to offer. Speaking of so much to offer, at 6:30, we got Unky Bones. Unky Bones is coming back for year 2. They were here last year, and they're actually back by popular demand. So we're really excited to have Unky Bones joining us. I've loved everything that I've seen them do, and I look forward to another awesome event with them. And then at 7:40 is going to be Jeremy Zeller and the Other Side, which is myself and my band. I'm very excited to be able to have my band with me. I don't get to play with them nearly as much as I'd like. So to be able to play with them in a hometown show like A Day at the Park is very special. So those are the artists. So one more time, artists and times. Nate Jones from 3, or I'll just say Nate Jones at 3 o'clock. Crown and Spurs at 3:35. John Hager and Reckless Strings at 4:15. Nick Teal at 4:50. Zuzu Yaya at 5:40. Unky Bones at 6:30. And Jeremy Zeller and the Other Side at 7:40. So please plan accordingly to stay the whole day. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about, but those are our artists that'll be there. So big thanks to them. I'll go ahead and move into sponsors, and I'm just going to read these because we have so many. And please know, everybody that gave this year, you are absolutely the only reason this thing got pulled off. It took the support of every single person that we got, and I'll start crying if it's too much. So I'm just going to read names. John Reynolds, Vernon Cindy Caldwell, Sunset Blonde, Paul Thomas Vaughn, Edmondson's Supply Company, Lawrenceburg Anderson County Tourism, Century Bank, First Financial Bank, the Perkins Place, Exit Realty, Walmart. They gave us bikes. We've got a free bike giveaway this year, 2 bikes. So thank you to Walmart for helping us out with that. Wildcat Garage Bar, big ups to them. Edward Jones, Jen Winninger, thank you so much. She was a big sponsor this year. Really appreciate that. Last Days Motorcycle Ministry, they're actually doing a bike ride for a day at the park, and all proceeds are going to go to help fund next year's, which is going to be year 5. So very thankful to Last Days Motorcycle Ministry for their support 2 years in a row now. Same with Baron Wolf. This is their 2nd year. Thank you, Baron Wolf. A lot of these people, it's the 2nd year. This is why I can't talk too much. Walter Major, thank you. Commonwealth Credit Union, Papa Dog, Michelle Hanks, Dynamic Restoration, Twisted Cord, Lexington Music Awards, the Art Alley, and Joni Clark. Again, thank you so much. And for those of you that I have the opportunity of speaking with in person, I'll thank you several more times. So thank you for helping make this happen this year. It's been awesome. And we'll talk a little bit about the history and the growth of it here in just a second. But before we do that, one of the things that I really want to make sure that everybody is aware of is the actual organizations that are, boots on the ground, helping families, guide them through this journey of neurodivergency. So for that, I'm going to call up the most beautiful part of this team, my future wife, and basically runner of this whole thing, Amy. Come on up here, baby. I'm going to move over and give her the mic.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
So, like Jeremy said, the organizations that will be there, this actually is an event. It is based around the organizations mostly. That's the main point of the event, is to have autism and neurodivergent resource organizations there and available for families of Anderson County and Lawrenceburg. Basically just to keep the conversation going in town, so families will know where to start or where they can go on their journeys in order to help them as they progress down the road. So I'm going to do a list here of some of the organizations and explain to you basically what they're there for. We have first Path Forward of Kentucky. Path Forward handles adult education with autism and neurodivergency. Basically, they have a lot to do with like voc rehab. So if a person is able to go to voc rehab, Path Forward is going to be a step along that way. Next step, Kentucky. They do adult education and classes as well. There will be New Vista. New Vista is a mental health facility. They're based all around Kentucky, and they handle all different types of things, from addiction to mental health. They also have a separate division for autism and neurodivergency to help people in that area. We'll have Aaron's Hope for Friends. So Aaron's Hope is, it's a recreation club for children and then young adults as well. Aaron's Hope, we went there last year actually, and with our sponsorships, we were able to give them a karaoke machine. So we went for the karaoke night at Aaron's Hope, and all of the kids sang for us.
Friday and Saturday night.
Yeah, and it was wonderful. So being able to have sponsorships for such things allows us to help other autism organizations around the area. Aaron's Hope, Central Kentucky, sorry, I don't have that paper.
Oh, yeah, it's the
Creative Therapies.
Creative Therapies,
Yeah, Central
yes.
Kentucky Creative Therapies. They do artwork and music with young adults or children with autism or other types of disabilities. They will be there. Kentucky Autism Training Center, they are based out of Louisville. They're one of the big go-tos in the state of Kentucky for autism and for neurodivergency. They are basically the central hub for all things that somebody may need.
A great place.
Yeah, they do the Yellow Dot program, the backpacks for the police and firefighters. They kind of help head all of that. We will have, let's see, Kendall and Friends. Kendall and Friends is a really fun recreation group out of, I believe they're out of Harrodsburg area. And Jeremy, his nephew, is part of Kendall and Friends. And we go and we see he plays soccer with them, basketball.
Soccer.
Yeah, they have movie nights. They have all kinds of fun stuff happening all the time. So Kendall and Friends is a really good group to help with socialization skills. A Different World, they are a lot like Aaron's Hope. They do travel. They are able to help people find different resources as well. You'll find them at all of the different places, and they basically have all of this information with them at all times. And then we will have We Recovery there. Margaret Cotton, she's there. We Recovery is, for addiction and chemical dependency. You'll find a lot of times in the adult autistic community, people who have not been diagnosed yet, or they, haven't been able to go back and find out kind of what's going on with them. Yeah, they do. They do suffer from addiction issues, and We Recovery is there to kind of help people lead the way. We're also going to have Baron Wolf Studios. They are one of our sponsors as well, and they make 3D printing, and they have tons of cool little clickers and just all kinds of different fidget toys and fun stuff. The Lawrenceburg Fire Department will be there for the kids this year. We'll have a fun autism Jeep. It's Ariel's autism
Legos.
Jeep. Yeah, it's a big Lego Jeep.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of
lights.
yeah.
Very,
And I think they may be doing hair tinsels as well.
nice.
So that would be really cool. And then, Possibilities Unleashed. I can't forget about them. That is the service dogs. And they have been there for the past 2 years.
At least.
Yeah, with us. And those dogs are just wonderful. They're highly trained, and they're great.
Great therapy dogs.
Great therapy dogs. So that's our sponsor, or that's our organizations. Another thing that we have this year that's new, we had an Amazon wish list because we understand that with autism and neurodivergency, a lot of times there are sound sensitivities. And this year we wanted to try to have isolation headphones for the kids. So we had 20 pairs that were bought off of our Amazon wish list this year. And we'll have these at the information booth. And all you have to do is just come up with an adult, sign them out, and they'll all be numbered. Sign them out, use them throughout the whole day if you need to, and then just bring them back at the end.
Yep.
And and then also our T-shirts. So we have this year's A Day at the Park T-shirts, and which has our logo for the front for this year, and on the back are all of our sponsors and all of our musicians. So that's pretty cool. Furthermore, if you need help this year when you're at A Day at the Park, if you have questions about anything, you need to be shown where to go, or something happens, if there's an emergency, anything,
Look for that shirt.
yeah, look for this color shirt, and we'll have volunteers around the whole time. So.
Good job, baby.
Cool.
That's my part. Thank you.
Very nice. I'm so glad that I did not have a microphone in front of me too, because I would have I kept like having the urge to talk. But seriously, I know I might have sounded like I was joking, but like Amy has really helped to take A Day at the Park into what it's becoming. So short but very sincere thank you so much, sweetheart. I really appreciate it. All right, so with that being said, let's talk. Yeah, I don't know, man. Let's talk about where it all came from. How about that?
Finish up our conversation from lunch last week.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah. So a day at the park was essentially something that just kind of morphed itself into what it is through just a bunch of meaningful conversations. And the people that were a part of those conversations, for the most part, are in this room right now. So we were just sitting at one of the best places on earth, which is a place called Wildcat. Maybe I should bleep that out. It's kind of a we don't want too many people to know the secret. I'm just kidding. But no, it's just a place where we get together once a week and hang out and just talk about our week. And so about 4 years ago, I had been hanging out with this particular group of amazing friends now that, we were just getting to know each other. They were getting to know me as an artist. And, I had told them at one time, I thought that, it'd be awesome to have a festival that kind of celebrates just love, really. Honestly, that's what we were going for.
Yeah.
Initially, it was just, man, we just want families to feel love when they walk on the field. And, that it was kind of left at that. And then as I began to open up a little bit more about my own journey with autism to them, as they're now, my family, it just kind of became this thing where it's like, because I had mentioned I'd love to do an event, that raises awareness for autism. And it's kind of like, well, yeah, we can do that. Like we know we're in. And so it was really us just kind of becoming the change that we wanted to see by doing something really cool.
And my introduction to it, like most things, was, I'd seen it online, right, but I actually got to go last year as, just to go enjoy the day. And my father-in-law and I went over and had an absolute ball. Jeff and Paul and some of the other crew, the initial crew, I, again, had kind of met online and then got to meet them in person. And yeah, I mean, the team that's put this together is solid. I mean, you guys are the A team. Hats off to all you all. And to anybody that sees this, Jeremy and Amy and the whole team, they've done all the heavy lifting. You guys have done all the hard work. I mean, just to go and have a great day at the park, literally, and to catch some great music and just relax, hang out with people that will meet you where you are, have good conversations, and just have an entire day just to not worry about anything else. Just be.
I guess the big picture of it is I want it to feel like a family reunion. Like maybe you've never met these people before in your whole life, but like you and I both are in a world where we know what that kind of a community feels like. We, as a traveling musician, when you've walked into a place where like these people love each other, and I want it to just the whole event. It's from 3 till 9. I just want 6 hours of people feeling at home and accepted and safe, and being able to have a good time with some great music and some good food. Speaking of food, let's talk about food trucks real quick, and then we'll move on because I need to get that out there. We'll have this year. We're pumped. We've got Crazy Spuds. All of these are amazing food trucks, which is I'm not going to get into it on each one of them, but they all have amazing food. Crazy Spuds, thank you. This is their second year. Hippie Tom's, I love Hippie Tom's, and Smiley's is a new addition this year, which they do shaved ice type of stuff.
Yeah, those guys are great.
Yeah. So we're really excited about that. And for you people that have to find a way to bring 6, 7, 8 kids, and how are we going to feed them? We have a $5 donation kids meal special, and that's what we're trying to do, is just offer a way that parents, you guys can please support the food trucks like crazy. But also we understand that it takes a lot to bring a family out, and we're very intentional about this being something that people can come out on a Father's Day and really enjoy themselves and not just completely have to go under by taking
right.
their kids out, So we're doing the best we can. I know it's only hot dogs, but we're doing the best that we can. So really excited and thankful to have the food trucks involvement this year.
Absolutely.
But yeah, just really wanting to keep it an event where you're just there to feel the spirit of the event. If you have questions about either yourself or your family or your friend or a coworker that's been looking for some direction, because one of the reasons we started this event is because there's so little resources in especially this part of the country. There's just not a lot of resources.
Well, and I think it's really cool too, because like you mentioned before, like I know at least a number of the artists and folks that are going to be there. These aren't just names. Like we kind of live this life, and so I plan to be there early and late. So I'm happy to talk about my journey and my family's journey and like the things that I know about neurodivergent.
I'm glad. Yeah, let's do that now. One of the best things as a musician, as an autistic musician, in this particular festival has been connecting with other artists that have a connection to the autistic world. And a lot of times I find that out beforehand and I'll reach out to somebody. But the coolest part about this is the fact that like it's becoming a part of so many conversations. And with you have your own autism journey. Back in the 70s, it was 1 in 10,000 kids were diagnosed with autism. Now it's 1 in 34. 1 in 34 children are being diagnosed as autistic, and we live in a world that's not even aware enough to have the conversation. And that's the whole spirit behind this thing. And so one of the coolest things about this has been being able to connect with so many people, and being able to connect so many people with so many people because of this journey that so many people are on.
And a lot of times people have no idea, like a resource is right next door or with their buddy or whatever. Because I was telling you not long ago about my son who was diagnosed with Tourette's when he was 5 and he's got the service dog, and so like we've done the service dog journey, we've done all the things, and we've been connected through other pieces of the puzzle. So if there's anything that I know and can pass along to somebody else, more than happy to do that and have those conversations.
That's one of the reasons you're a part of this. It does make a difference when you're putting a festival like this on. It does make a difference what the spirit that the artist brings with them, And one of the cool things about this, not only this event, but also about like the music community that at least I have. I do get to run into some really cool artists that have a real heart for just seeing people love themselves. Just that's it. They just want to see them love each other too. And so we try to, Unky Bones is a great example. You are too, and you can hear that in all of your songwriting. And I think that's going to be a familiar theme throughout these songs for a lot of people, is just this sense of humanity and love. And Unky Bones is a great example of that. He has a really cool way of impressing love on people through funk music.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And
yeah.
pop, funk, whatever.
I really enjoyed
whatever
this
Unky
set
Bones
last
is.
year.
Yeah,
it was really
very
cool.
Yeah, but that's one of the coolest things about being where we're at in this now. 4 years in, we've learned so much. Being able to see the added support, but it's also been cool to see the consistent support from people that have been there since year one, including some of our sponsors. Most of our sponsors actually have been with us for most of the time.
That's amazing.
And so I think that speaks a lot. We've got sponsors reaching out to us now that are wanting to be involved. And I'm going to lean into that. I've told you next year's year 5, and I'd like to do something,
Sure.
And if you have a connection with the autism community and you want to be involved, or somebody that wants to be involved, or just reach out. We're trying to build this thing, and we're trying to make it bigger than 1 or 2 different stories. This is about everyone. And so,
Yeah, Yeah, we talk. You know, we've talked a number of times about just meeting people where they are and like wherever they are on that path, and it's like you're going to have a whole field full of people, not just the musicians and vendors, but like all the people that are there just to kind of hang out.
Yeah,
Like, they know the program. I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, I initially went last year and I thought I had a shorter window and just wanted to check it out, and I think I was one of the last few people, one of
Yeah.
the last cars out of the parking lot.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
having too good of a time,
Right on, man.
So it's it's the day is set. So I mean, it's like all you got to do is show up and have a good time.
Right?
You
And
know,
that's
it's
that
like,
is
that's
that
all
is
you got to do.
that is why you have the impression that everything is so well put together. It's but
Well, it's 'cause
if
all you
I'm-
guys
if
are
I'm
busting
honest,
your hump
if I'm
after-
honest with you, it is well put together. But it's because this is a long process. This
Sure.
is we've been building towards what we're doing now for 4 years. Even just adding things like the isolation headphones. There's a bigger picture here that we're all moving towards, and we're all just kind of following this growth. And the reason it feels that way is because we are committed, and this isn't just another show. This is a big deal for at least a group of people.
Mhm.
And so, it's the work that leads us up to the point of even talking about it that makes it easy to do it. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Totally.
And that's my goal, especially as one of the artists. I don't want to get there that day and have a bunch of fires to put out, which is why we have each other. We're all there ready to just do whatever needs to be done. But that's the heart of a good community, I think.
Yeah, the team in place really. I mean, again, I'll say it more times between now and the end of Saturday night, but I know the amount of work that's going on behind the scenes, and it's impressive. And year 4 will probably you'll learn a little bit. You'll streamline some processes, but it takes an army. You guys are killing it. Really appreciate you all doing everything that you are doing and have
I
done.
appreciate it, man.
So it's noticed and it's appreciated for sure.
Thank you. And speaking of people that are going to be busting their hump, already are probably, Mike Hulliger, thank you so much, man. This is his second year doing sound for us.
Nice.
And so very appreciative. Can't wait to work with you again on Saturday, brother. Also, speaking of production, big thank you to Drum Center. Thank you for providing this year's Backline drum kit. Drum Center, you've been helping us out for years now, so we really appreciate you.
Awesome.
That being said, do you want to play a song, man?
Well, I also want to say thanks to Jay for hosting us in the studio tonight
Absolutely.
and throwing the cameras up and we'll we can play
Yes,
some tunes,
I'll tag that with a Live at Gerks. Thank you so much. I really
Absolutely.
appreciate your work back there. Jay, you see Jay everywhere without even knowing it. I promise you. If you're a musician in Lexington, you've seen the guy. Maybe you didn't know it because he's kind of in the shadows doing the tech thing, taking care of business. But you've probably seen Jay Hammond somewhere around there. Or slinging the bass like an animal. So could be either. But yes, thank you so much, Jay, for having us. Lexington Music Awards. We did thank you as a sponsor. But yeah, we're appreciative. We appreciate having you guys on board this year. Too much to say in a very little time. Angeli, David, I can't wait to thank you in person. But yeah, let's hear a song, man. Let's hear a song.
You want to do it or you want me to do it?
Go for it, buddy.
Well, I think in line with this theme, I'm going to play the song that I wrote for my son. So some of you might have seen the video that I have. It's pinned on my Facebook page. And at the time, it was super, super heavy. We were really in the weeds with everything. Things have been so amazing the last year or so. And it's interesting how just a little bit of a tempo change changes the whole vibe. So it's and fun fact, the first time that I played this song with Jeremy was at a songwriters deal in Lawrenceburg, and I couldn't get to the end of the song. I broke down, but I promise I'm going to get all the way through. I'm going to get all the way through it. We're in a much better place with all of it. So it's called No Stone Unturned because a lot of folks that are on these journeys are looking for answers, looking for medications, therapies, resources, or just somebody to meet them where they are. So this song's called No Stone Unturned.
searching for solace in the sadness. I wish I could take your pain. There's no method to the madness when there's no one here to blame. But one day I hope that you learn that through it all we left no stone unturned. Tried it all, so it seemed. Slayed the dragons and chased all your dreams. I know you'll win, it's what you do. And all I have, you know I'll give it to you. It's love, love, love. I'm looking for the light in the lighthouse, like a needle in the hay. All the doctors and medicines and the people who pray. But one day I hope that you learn that through it all we left no stone unturned. I know it, it's what you do. And all I have, you know I'll give it to you. It's love, love, love. I know it's been hard, but you still found a way to let your light shine in the darkest of days. You pulled me through when I started to fade. Now my hope is a little less gray, a little less gray, a little less And one day I hope that you learn that through it all we left no stone unturned. We tried it all, so it seemed. Slayed the dragons and chased all your dreams. I know you'll win, it's what you do. And all I have, you know I'll give it to you. It's love, love, love. It's love, love, love. It's love, love, love.
Thanks, y'all. Thank you, thank you.
You made it. Nice.
Yeah, I even cut out part of a chorus, but I made it.
Oh, man. Gosh, it's songs about sons, man. I'm going to play one I wrote for my son, too. And, gosh, the song is called "It's Hard to Be Young." I'm playing it because it's about my son and because it won Song of the Year at the Lexington Music Awards, and very appreciative of their sponsorship and just their part in my story. And you know, when I wrote this song, I was desperately looking for a way to find this place within myself to give myself a lot of grace for, I was a young dad, when I had my kids. My kids are all adults now. And so as I was trying to figure out a way to put my own experience as a young man into a song, I just found myself, just kind of this stream of consciousness, all these little stories of me and him, and my girls too. I've got 2 daughters too. There's just so much of my children in this song, and you get it. Yeah. It's hard to be young in a world that is made of stone, and the battles we won, killing the cat in the cradle, willing and able, we overcome the parts of our sum, the wholeness of one, but it's hard to be young. And I've been past the Hollywood sign, and I like to just I'll adjust the car radio just how you like it would ever come back for me. I don't know how I'm supposed to be nice to your friends and your family first. That's what's always been taught to me, but it got me to where I never thought that I could ever be. Careful what you put in your head, son. I love you this much, and I know that it's hard to be young. It's so hard to be young. Oh. And I've been past the Hollywood sign, and I like to just I'll adjust the car radio just how you like it would ever come back for me. I don't know how I'm supposed to be nice to your friends and your family first. That's what's always been taught to me, but it got me to where I never thought that I could ever be. Careful what you put in your head, son. I love you this much, and I know that it's hard to be young. 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 Yeah. It's hard to be young in a world that is made of stone. Woo! Yeah. Man, kids will do that to you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Vern, thank you, Vern. That song's for you as well. Appreciate y'all. Is there questions that we have? We have some live people here as well, so we're going to field some questions if we need to. Is there any questions? Anything anybody would need to know that we haven't talked about? Thank you. Anna Mac Clark will be closed. They have actually closed it down for us this year, a portion of it. So if you're familiar with the area, or if you're not, just look for Animat Clark. It's not going to work. And if you're familiar with it, you know what I'm talking about. We're going to have the Lawrenceburg Fire Department there this year. They're going to be doing stuff with the kids. We're going to have the Bookmobile from the library is going to be there doing stuff with kids.
Cool.
Again, we'll have the Autism Jeep with all the lights and all the colors and all the awesomeness happening. And so, what's that? Lots of bubbles. We've got bubble machines, so lots of bubbles. Parking, you're going to be able to park, as far as I understand, you're going to be able to park across the street. There's a parking lot. I believe it's First Baptist, maybe the corner of the Presbyterian Church right there. You'll be able to park there. You'll also be able to park there's kind of like a strip of office buildings next to the stage. You'll be able to park I'm talking like everybody's from Lawrenceburg. Just Google it.
Just look for all the people and find a way to get there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and bring a chair if you got one. Probably wouldn't hurt. Everybody, or a blanket. We'll have some benches and some tables out there. Quite a few, but hopefully we'll have a lot of people as well. So bring a chair. I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I think I covered everything so quick that I just.
You'll remember it tonight, laying in bed. You'll be like,
I totally will.
Yeah.
I totally will. It starts at 3:00, runs till 9:00. Yeah, man.
Good time. See you guys there.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Hey, thank you again to Jay Hammond and Live at Girks for doing this informational video for us. Really appreciate it. We're going to be able to get all the info out. All right, everybody, please remember, Saturday, June 20th at 3:00 at Century Bank Park in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, a day at the park. I think I just said it all. All the information. Did I get it all? All right, wonderful. I appreciate it. All right. Thank you guys so much. We love you. Nate, thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
I know, man. I'm looking forward to
absolutely.
Saturday, and we're going to do this again. So, all right. I love you guys. And if I forgot something, catch me on Saturday. I love you.